3 days with the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. The nearly $2,000 Z Fold 6 is here. The big question is, should you buy it? How is the battery life? Is the new display actually wide enough? What about those cameras? Are they actually better despite having the same hardware? And why do they beat every other standard phone on the market in one particular area that I'm going to explain later in the video? How's the software stability and AI features? We're going to talk about everything you need to know. So it's been a while since I had a Samsung Fold as my main device, and right off the bat, the big reason behind that is my favorite change, which is the design. Yes, it may not look too different visually compared to the previous generation, but it's a completely different story when it comes to the in-hand feel, the actual real-life usage, as well as the in-pocket feel. For the first time ever, Samsung's Fold is not a brick. It's slightly shorter but wider, thinner, and most importantly, it's lighter at about 239 grams. It's almost the same weight as a standard smartphone, which is really good. But is it the thinnest Fold? No. Is it the lightest Fold? Hell no. But does it feel more premium or bougie when you compare it to some of the other Folds on the market? Absolutely. This is hands down one of the most, if not the most premium folds out there. The smooth square sides with the boxy S24 Ultra kind of look is my favorite. I really like these clean sides along with this squared premium look. It genuinely does feel like you're holding a $2,000 device. And yes, I like this pink color. It is subtle and it looks really good in real life. I think they did a great job overall with colors. We have a blue, silver model, but weirdly a carbon fiber black model, which honestly in my opinion looked kind of cheap because it seemed like it had a skin on it. But as far as the other color options goes, they look great. The other welcome change that I noticed and I wish they made a bigger change is we now have a wider outer display. Compared to a standard smartphone display, it is still quite narrow, but for the first time for someone who's 6'3" with big hands, I can actually type on this display fairly comfortably. Again, I wish it was wider. It's still not gonna be as comfortable as a proper widescreen display, but what we have here is just about optimal. The best advantage of this display is that you're able to have a better one-handed grip on this. I won't ever use the outer display to watch media or anything because Samsung still wants you to treat this as a cover screen so that it invites you to open and use the new and improved inner display, which now has a whopping 2600 nits of brightness. This is a great screen with an under display camera, so you get a full, limitless experience. I like this display for watching media when it comes to Netflix and YouTube. The experience is great. And same thing goes when it comes to playing games, especially the emulator games, because a big screen means you have more of a comfortable use of those on-screen controls. I haven't had any performance issues. It feels really good and smooth thanks to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip. But what I really love this display for is actually multitasking. This is the only phone on the market that I would use for split screen multitasking on daily basis, just because the display is big enough so I can comfortably use multiple apps. You can literally use 2 social media apps comfortably without any issue. Now, while Samsung has improved the crease on this display thanks to the new hinge mechanism, it's still visible from certain angles, so it's definitely there, not gone, but honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. Now, Galaxy Z Fold 6's greatest weapon is its software compared to competition, and now it is more mature than ever. Just a few years ago, social media apps were a total mess, but now almost all of them are optimized to use the big space. For example, Instagram or the default Google apps or WhatsApp, they all now properly utilize this big screen space. Plus, with most apps that I've tested, you can go from cover screen to main screen with no app crashing or glitching. Like, they really improved the app continuity feature. We've got One UI 6.1.1 based on Android 14 running on top, which is absolutely packed with features on features, of course with Galaxy AI. So on top of the old Galaxy AI features that Samsung introduced with the S24 series, we actually have some new Galaxy AI features where one of this feature is so addictive. You can basically draw a rough sketch of anything on your picture, and with the help of AI, it can magically turn that into a realistic image. Like, this is genuinely such a fun, addictive feature to play with. Now, it's not an on-device feature, it requires constant internet connection to work, but the results you get are pretty realistic. Now, the other new feature is the photo studio, where you're able to transform yourself into various cartoon characters or sketches with the help of AI. Not gonna lie, I only used this once, but I do find it pretty cool. Now, the other feature that I have used is the composer with the chat assist. Before you even write the message, you can use the composer and ask AI to write you a few lines or a big paragraph on anything you want before you send the text message, basically saving you time and effort. What I really love about this is that it allows you to change the tone of your composer message. So for different scenarios like sending emails, I always use professional. Now, apart from these, we pretty much have the same AI features as before, like circle to search, being able to slow down any video, translate conversations using interpreter, generate AI-based wallpapers, etc. In my personal experience, these Galaxy AI features are actually useful on daily day-to-day basis. But what's important to note is that this is not a special thing for the Z Fold 6. You actually have most of these features, if not all, present on the previous Fold generation, like the Z Fold 5 and the Flip 5. And very likely, these new AI features that we have on One UI 6.1.1 will make their way to the older devices. So if you're someone who's impressed with just the AI features, you don't have to buy the latest Samsung device. Now, a lot of people have been asking about the battery life improvement because it's having literally the same battery size as the Galaxy Z Fold 4. I wish they increased the battery size on this because the battery performance is roughly the same as the last generation. I'm still ending my day with about 20% charge left around the evening time. My usage these days is fairly heavy with a lot of multitasking and using 5G and maps and social media apps. Again, it's not bad battery life, but it's pretty much the same as we had before, so I really wish Samsung actually increased the battery size to maybe around 4800 mAh. My buddy Ben did a battery drain test, which you can find on his channel, and the results we have are quite similar between the Fold 5 and Fold 6. But to me, nothing is more shocking than seeing the same cameras on the Fold 6 as the Fold 4. 3 years, same hardware, no change. I really thought last year that we would at least get a new main sensor on the Fold 6, but no. Are these bad cameras? Well, no. You can take good photos in most situations. Like, Samsung's image processing really comes in clutch, colors are nice, we've got good HDR and decently good performance in low light situations. And the fact that you can use the back cameras for taking selfies as well as selfie videos, 4K 60 FPS in low light, it looks noticeably better compared to the front cameras we see on most smartphones out there. So to me, when it comes to cameras on the Fold 6, this is forever going to be the biggest advantage. Using back cameras for selfie photos and videos, having full access to all the lenses and camera modes is just simply amazing, and you just can't do that on any other standard smartphone. As someone who has used other camera phones on the market, including Samsung's own Galaxy S24 Ultra, this is far from their best camera setup. And considering the $1,900 starting price, which is about $100 more compared to last year with no camera change, honestly, you don't deserve this camera at this price point. I wish we had at least a 5x zoom upgrade from the S24 Ultra on the Fold 6, or maybe an improved ultra-wide-angle sensor, but nope, it's still the same hardware as the Fold 5 and the Fold 4. Just imagine if this phone had the same camera setup as the S24 Ultra. So many, and I mean so many people I know personally would use this as their main device, including myself. You really see some noticeable differences in camera quality when in low light situation compared to, let's say, iPhone 15 Pro Max. So definitely, this is not the best camera that you deserve at this price. So what's the verdict? Well, in my opinion, if you're looking to buy a Samsung Fold, as much as I like the Fold 6 and its new design, for most people, I highly recommend you save money by buying a 14-gram heavier Fold 6, aka Fold 5, with all the Galaxy AI features, similar battery life, same camera hardware. Like, this is the best thing about the Fold 6 is that Fold 5 is now more affordable to buy. I think they really missed a huge opportunity, especially with the cameras. But if you're someone who doesn't have any money problem, you don't care about cameras too much, and you're tired of your Fold 4 or Fold 3's big weight, you're big on productivity features, then yes, you can avail some discounts in the description and probably consider Fold 6, because from Fold 3 or Fold 4, it's going to be a massive upgrade, just the design alone. Again, for most people, like I said before, I recommend Fold 5 because it is a little bit heavier, but it's got pretty much the same kind of package as the Fold 6. It's just for those who can afford it and they don't mind having the best cameras, you can have a look at the Fold 6. So that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about the Fold 6 in the comment section below. What do you think? What's your favorite feature? And do you think is it worth upgrading or not? Subscribe if you're new here. With that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.